Getting in better shape should not be overwhelming. It's actually something that you can do in 30 seconds. And now that might sound like a snappy title, and it kind of is. I'm sorry if you feel tricked, but really what I mean by getting fit in 30 seconds is using 30 seconds at a time to build up your fitness. This video is going to be for people who are brand new to working out, who don't really go to the gym, but are looking to get started, and they want to start where they're comfortable, which is for most people is at home. So this is going to be a body weight focused workout for beginners. It's not really a workout, it's more of a system. So how you're going to start, you're going to set a timer for 30 seconds, okay? What you're going to do in 30 seconds is you're going to choose one of these exercises. I think starting with squats or push-ups are probably going to be the easiest one to choose from, okay? So whichever one you're more comfortable, and you're going to do as many squats or push-ups as you can within 30 seconds. And you're gonna write that number down. And let's just say, for the sake of easy math, that number is 10. If it's less than that, that's okay. If it's more than that, that's okay too. If you aren't sure how to do a squat, you can just click this link here. There's also a free bodyweight guide, bodyweight workout guide that you can click the link in my bio, get access to. And if you want the worksheet that comes along with that, that is usually $4.99. If you show me that you downloaded the free bodyweight workout guide, I'll give you the worksheet that goes along with it for free. That just goes in a lot more detail, and it shows and it personalizes how many reps you should be doing and how many reps you should be increasing by each week. So it's a super handy tool. So let's say you did 10 squats, okay? We're gonna multiply that number by 0.75. So that's gonna give you a number between 7 and 8, okay? You can choose 7 or 8, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. If you're pretty new and uncertain, going with 7 is totally okay, and I'll explain why. So what we're going to start with is you're going to be doing 2 sets. So that's where that number 2 is. My writing is so terrible. I don't know why I use a whiteboard, because I'm left-handed and I get smudges unless I lift up like that, but then my writing just looks even worse than it already is. But we're going to be doing 2 sets of 7 to 8 reps every single day. Now, you're like, okay, what if I'm sore or whatever? I think what will happen, if you've not really worked out before, odds are you're going to be a little bit sore. But what I want you to focus on is making the habit, right? If you're sore from 2 sets of 7 to 8 squats, odds are you could use a lot more squats. It's not that squats are bad, it's just that you might just need more of them. So I don't know, I play guitar, and when I take a long time not playing guitar, my fingers get very soft. But when I play guitar, I get lots of calluses, and when I go long times without playing, I was like, oh, I should probably be playing more. It's the same thing with working out, okay? So what we're looking at is you're gonna be doing 14 to 16 reps per day. And that's just of this one exercise. If you do squats and push-ups, that's great. You might have a different number, like if it's 5, right? And I'm just gonna pretend I know how to do this math in my head, but let's say you do 5 reps of squats. That's gonna be probably, I'm guessing, somewhere between 3 to 5 reps if we multiply it by 0.75. See how bad my writing is? It's so nuts. So if you perform 5 push-ups, that means you're gonna perform 3 to 5, it should be actually 3 to 4. See, my math's not that good. 3 to 4 reps per day of push-ups. And you can do that twice a day, okay? And you can do that for as long as you like. Eventually, what will happen is these sets of push-ups will get too easy. So you can either add a rep or 2. So let's say if we were at 14 and 16 reps per day, you could go up maybe to 15 to 20 reps per day. And similarly here, if you were doing 3 to 4, we could maybe do 5 to 7 reps per day. So you're gonna slowly add on over time. Again, the worksheet explains all this in full. So if you feel kind of confused as to how you could progress, there's no wrong way to progress. Just to make sure, the most important thing is that you're consistent and that you make sure you do more over time. So it is important to write it down somewhere, have a good idea of what you did last time, how long you've been doing it for, and that will inform you and inform your decisions on when to go up in weight, or when to go up in reps, pardon me, since this is a bodyweight program. If you're not sure how to do a squat or a push-up, again, there are tutorials that I will link to below, and I'll see if I can figure out YouTube enough that they're floating here somewhere. But yeah, so just to recap, set a timer for 30 seconds. You're gonna do as many squats as you can within that time. Take as much rest as you need. That total number, let's say it's 10, we're gonna multiply that by 0.75 and you'll get 7.5. So that means you can do as few as 7, as many as 8. You're gonna do that twice a day. Okay? Once you build up that tolerance, you get a little bit stronger, you're noticing that this set of 7 to 8 is getting pretty easy, just slowly start adding to it over time. Once it gets to a point where you're doing a lot of reps per these 2 sets, you can divide them up into 3 sets. What I would say then is that you go back down to your 7 or 8. So let's say you get up to 20 reps, right? And you're doing that over 10 sets. So that's 10 reps of 2, okay? What you could do is now go back to your 7 or 8 reps, but now do 3. So now your total reps that you'll be doing is gonna be 21 to 24, right? So now you're adding. You see how you went from 14 to 16 to 21 to 24. So once you get comfortable with that, then you continue to add on. And before you know it, you'll be up at, like you're almost double already, just from adding that extra set, right? So once you added more reps to that, you build up back to 10 reps, and then you add a 4th set, like you're already gonna be doing twice as many push-ups, 3 times as many push-ups as when you started. I just wanna make sure that I cover everything before I wrap up here. So we talked about adding over time. One thing that you can do as well, so after 4 weeks or so of doing this, and you can do it sooner if you like, if you've noticed that you're getting stronger, is you can retest. So you can go back to your 30 seconds, like if you only did 10 reps on that 30 seconds, if you do it again after a couple weeks, you'll probably notice that you'll be able to do way more. So that can give you, so then you can start from scratch. So let's say you retest and you did 12 reps, right? You multiply that by 0.75. I'm just gonna assume that's somewhere around 8-ish. That's probably closer to 9. Let's say it's 9 to 10 reps. Now you have a new benchmark to hit, right? So that's one way you can do it as well. The biggest thing, again, is just consistency and making sure that you're progressing over time. You don't need to bury yourself. You don't need to think about the angry trainers who yell at you like, come on, one more. Like, that's not what this is. This is about getting healthier on a steady incline. Like, so we're just slowly turn the dials up over time. There's no need to feel like you have to live and breathe this. This is about chipping away at it, literally 1 rep at a time. Like you saw how much just adding 1 rep or 1 set can drastically increase the amount of output that you're doing. So don't feel like you have to do it all at once. Sometimes all it takes is 30 seconds.